Welcome. Everyone's here.
Go.
Hey, guys.
Go game, go.
Got me, got Stuart, got Lance Jennings, Papa Pete. We're so full we can't even fit any more players on here with this board.
But the board is very beautiful. You put a lot of work into that.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, great job. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So everyone's showing up. We're going to do, since the Amica one was so long, we're splitting this up into two shows. So we're going to do every matchup here, and that'll get rid of half of them. So then we'll do the other half next week. Should be good.
And we've decided with ties, what are we going to do?
Double elimination. So if there's a tie, they're both gone. And then whoever they would have faced gets a bye, and they move right to the next round. And and so people know we had decided no animation puppet stuff. So no Simpsons, no Flintstones, nothing like that. Real live performers.
And that includes Alf, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It did. Yeah.
Well, I hope so, because he didn't even receive a vote. Some of these matchups are going to be good. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can enlarge it so everyone can see here. Whoop. Doing. All right, maybe that's as big as it's going to get.
So, I got a question for everybody. How many do you think are going to get spite votes?
How do you mean?
I mean, somebody going, they really don't like a show, which actually is very, very famous and obviously bigger than the opposite one, but we have a vote that goes the other way. Just in spite.
Well, I've already got my spite votes lined up, so I'm good.
About perfect.
Well, that was the tough thing when I was, I kind of, in order to get this done, I was kind of looking over one of your lists and kind of paring things down because a lot of them were going to be the same. But, then I threw, which it unfortunately, let me ask this question. How did we pair these up? Did you pull them out of a hat? Did you?
No, so all four of us made a list.
Yep.
And then I took everyone's list and I assigned a number to everything. So basically, like on my number one, I had Seinfeld. So they got 64 points. My last show, which I can't remember, got 1 point. I did that for all four of us, added all four of those numbers together, and then ranked the shows based on those numbers.
Yes, because we all ranked our shows right from 1 to 64, didn't we?
So this represents a combination of all four of us here.
That's a great way to do it, I think.
Like number one seed was Cheers, and by a decent amount too, if I remember right. And so that's our first matchup: Cheers versus the 64 seed, 8 Simple Rules. What was that for dating my daughter? I can't even remember.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
for dating my teenage daughter.
My teenage daughter.
Yeah.
All right.
That has got to. Does that get the longest sitcom name of all time?
Didn't hear it.
Yeah, some of these names I had to cut them down because you can't even read them. I should probably do the same thing with yeah, there you go. Now Married with Children.
Yeah,
Pop
there
a
you go.
little bit bigger. All right, should we just jump in?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Or we got anything else?
I do love that. Squirrely Stu said, "I'm out. No Alf." That's great.
No, Willie.
Well, we got 2 votes in. Look at that.
Oh. There you
All
go.
right.
All right.
All right, I guess there we go.
And I'm writing this down, right?
So Cheers versus 8 Simple Rules to date my daughter. Hey, Born Distracted's here.
Hey, Born Distracted. Good to see you, man.
JD's here. Squirrely Stew's here. Looks like he stayed in even though there's no Alf. All right.
This is going to be interesting. Some of them are going to be sort of quick, but
Yeah. All
I
right.
think some will be pretty interesting too.
I'm doing Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got to go Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers here as well.
And
I mean, did you
JD,
guys watch 8 Simple Rules at all? Do you remember it?
I've never even
I
seen.
own a couple seasons. Yeah.
I mean, if I remember right, that was John Ritter's last show, and
It
had
was.
Kaylee Cuoco and Katie Seagal, I think, was also.
Katie, yeah, exactly. And who was it that went in after John Ritter passed away?
David Spade.
David Spade, yeah.
David
Saturday Night
And it
Live.
also had James Garner in it.
Huh. It really is going to top-notch show that way with the acting, and it was great. But
Yeah.
it just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't Cheers.
No, it's not Cheers. So we're going Cheers, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
it.
Cheers, yeah.
Hey, David's here. He was on your show last night, Pete.
Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? Yep, absolutely.
I was checking out his videos.
Yes.
He does a lot of sealed box openings for the Intellivision. It's pretty interesting. Phew. He's got
That's
what?
your world right now, right?
That's right.
I think he's got like 92 or 62. What was it?
92 or 94 sealed in television games in this
That's
collection.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
impressive.
Crap.
Gotta love it.
All right. I guess we can. Hey, Jeff Davis is here.
Jeff, that's why, baby.
Hey, Jeff.
It's 9:08 now. Why don't we have a final vote? Let's give everybody till like 12 minutes after, and then away we go. Because I think we'll see some people pop in over the next 3 or 4 minutes. How's that sound?
That's true. So David and Jeff Davis, the first bracket here is Cheers versus 8 Simple Rules to Dating My Daughter. So,
Do you know they asked Seinfeld? One of the questions they were asking was, "Who had the worst breath on the show?" And you know what he said?
what a great question.
He said all the women that he had to date on the show, they would starve themselves before they had to appear on the show. So he's like, their breath was horrible.
Wow.
I'm sure they're all happy to hear that.
See, I thought he was
Talk
going to
about
say,
bated breath.
I thought he was going to say Newman or the Soup Nazi, but all the
Ah,
women.
the soup
Okay.
nuts.
Newman.
All right. So the next one we have is Lucy and Married.
So how many votes do we actually have? I'm trying to figure out how many people we got here right now.
Well, right now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And that includes us 4, right?
That would include us
Yeah.
4, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got Born Distracted, I got JD, Squirrely Stew, the 4 of us, Dave, and Jeff Davis.
Perfect. You know that we have lots more popping on as we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last time some people were here, then they left, and they came back.
Yeah, true. True. And a lot of people last night, you got talking about this tonight, like seen on the chat, the television chat that we did last night. They were coming tonight to check this out. So for sure. It's quite interesting. Everybody loves sitcoms. I'm sorry. Everybody loves sitcoms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm, the cool thing about the one thing I had to think about when I was doing this, and I'm sorry I start sentences a million times, but the cool thing about watching this is or doing this list is I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, well, what ones really meant something, or because we can see down there at number 41, we got Mork and Mindy there. I mean, was Mork and Mindy always a great show? No. But did it
pretty good year one?
impact me when it came on? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well-
See Robin Williams.
Well, I think you also have to add in that some of these had better syndication and would come in on reruns later on, years after they were gone.
Very true.
Good
I was
point.
talking to Jeff earlier, and like in Los Angeles, we had 5 channels that regularly showed reruns of sitcoms.
Yeah,
and nowadays, that's been replaced by court shows, talk shows, and your TMC type shows.
Speaking
I
of,
I don't think I understand that statement very well. And I don't know that I really want to.
I was watching Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith of the Monkees,
Yeah.
I shook hands with Mickey Dolenz.
and which one?
Uh,
The right hand. And one of them, I think
we
it was
just
Mickey
stood there and
Dolenz.
went like this.
I can't remember. I think it was Mickey Dolenz said that he made up that story that Charles Manson tried out for the Monkees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and someone else, might have been Michael Nesmith. One of them said that they made up some story about them having sold more records than the Beatles or a certain period, and people like ran with that story as well. That was so funny. They just were making up stuff.
Yeah.
And they said people didn't bother to check.
Nope.
That was pretty good.
Like
All right.
Slim Whitman.
Slim.
Remember Slim Whitman? Sold more albums than the Beatles. You're like, really? Really? I doubt that.
All right, I'm putting in Cheers.
Put in Cheers. I think we're safe.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now we're starting. So you guys type in your votes.
All right.
Where are you going? Are you going across or going right down the list?
Well, you want me to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, or do you want
I
me to just
want
go?
you to do whatever way you're set up to do it.
You know what?
You want to do it.
Let's just go straight down. Otherwise, I got to keep going back and forth
That's what I thought.
like a
Yeah.
crazy person. All right, we've got what a matchup. I Love Lucy versus Married with Children.
Oh,
I have to go with Lucy.
Yeah, I'm going Lucy as well.
I'm going with the Bundys.
I can believe that.
I love that show.
You own Rise of Skywalker. Boom.
Mama
We're starting
C says
early.
Lucy. Oh boy, there's going to be a big fight tonight.
Ah, there we go.
Papa Pete's
Oh,
house.
Mama C is on.
Okay.
That makes it an even 10.
Okay.
All right, Mama C, Lucy, Jeff Davis, Married with Children.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Married with Children too.
There's three of us anyway.
So Mama C says Lucy. Jeff Davis says
Married with Children.
okay.
JD is Lucy. Squirrely Stu
Yeah.
is Lucy.
Oh, Squirrely Stew, okay, is Lucy. Yeah.
David is Lucy.
Lawrence is out.
He'll say Lucy.
Who are you?
I'm right there, and you're right on there.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay, so let's make sure I got it all here. I know it. Did everybody vote?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the four of us. Yes. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Lucy stomped it. And that didn't make the cut. No.
Lucy moves on. JD, I put Police Squad in my list, but I just didn't make it, unfortunately.
No. Well, there were only 6 episodes.
Oh, they were good ones though.
They were good.
I'm with you, JD.
Boo.
Now we move on to another great matchup, the Bob Newhart Show. And this is the old one from the 70s versus the Addams Family.
Wow.
Barney Miller's here, JD. Barney Miller was actually a very high seed.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to start off and give the Bob Newhart Show my first bid. First
I'm
vote.
going that too.
Me too, Bob Newhart.
Same here. Man, I love the Addams Family, but that Bob Newhart show's a classic.
It is, and I just watched the first season, and it was brilliant. It was very well played.
It'd been great if Cousin It would have been on there as a patient.
So let's see. Born Destroy. Wow, I got to get. Wow, they just popped all in here all of a sudden.
Brian's back.
So Squirrely Stew said Bob
Newhart.
Remember, guys, this is the Bob Newhart show, not Newhart. For those typing in Newhart, just want to make sure you do know the difference.
Yeah, yeah. This is the '70s one that was like right after Mary Tyler Moore. Right
Set in Chicago. He's a psychologist.
Yep.
Marshall Wallace and Peter Boners.
Peter Boners. It's Boners. You know how many times he had to say that in his lifetime? It's pronounced Boners.
You're like, then spell it that way.
Hi, Brian F.
Right.
is here.
Yep. So that's everybody. That was Adam's family was squashed.
Ooh, that was squash, wasn't it?
That was ominous.
Well, I'm glad Mama C knows the difference.
I'd be divorced if I didn't know the difference. There you go. I'd forgive you. Not really, but you know.
Or how many differences you're going to have with Mama C tonight, Pete?
Ooh, I don't know.
This is like the Newlywed Show. Like, do you know your mate?
Another stream in the making.
The Newlywed
Especially
game.
with her line earlier. I don't know who you are. It reminds me of
Who are
Money
you?
Pit. He just thought you were good looking wool. He didn't know who you were. I don't know who you are. All right. So what do we got next?
Three's Company versus Alice.
And that's tough.
Not for me.
Yeah, I'm Three's Company. I never really liked Alice that much. You know what's weird? I watched that entire series and I really didn't like it that much. There was just nothing
Really?
else
You
on
watched
back then.
Interesting. Well,
You gotta,
yeah, I was going to say, there you go.
you gotta average out Roper and Furley.
That's true.
You know, maybe that's something we should concentrate on down the line is doing those. You want to do the delineations of all the different shows, you know?
Well, you know, we talked about doing this and then going and doing some characters.
Yeah.
Throwing all the characters into a 64-person grid, just like we did this one. So,
well, you could do a show about the delineation of Three's Company. I mean,
this is true. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, Three's Company and MASH as well.
Yeah.
yes.
Precisely.
All right. So what do we have here? We got
Three's Company here too. I'll go for that.
JD ultimately said Three's Company. Okay.
Yeah. Jeff Davis is Three's Company.
Mine is Three's Company for sure.
Yeah, mine's Three's Company.
It's tough because I do like Alice a little bit, but it's
Three's
certainly
here.
no Three's Company.
Born Distracted is all in for Alice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Born
Alice
Distracted
right
for
there.
Squirrely Stew, Three's Company.
Okay. And
JD,
Mama
Three's
C.
Company. Three's Company for Mama C.
Three's Company. What did Dave say?
Let's go have some drinks at the Regal Beagle.
Regal Beagle.
Nope.
That's it, Dave. Right on. man.
David said Three's Company.
All right. 9-1.
Ooh.
Gotta love it.
Bye-bye, Alice. Alice, sweet Alice. She's going to get a knife out and hide it underneath the stairs.
All right,
So wear one of those funky masks.
So far, no upsets.
Well, they've been pretty, other than the 32-33 one, they've been pretty spread.
All right, where are we here?
All
All in the Family versus Parks and Rec.
Oh, dude.
What an interesting.
Songs that made your hit parade.
I just watched her.
We had it made.
What was she just in that I just watched?
Gene Stapleton?
Oh, she was in You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
in the bookstore.
Yes. Meathead.
All the family, all in for me. I'll just say that right up front.
No, There's a lot of jokes we just can't say anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess I'll do All in the Family. That's it.
All in the Family here. I'll take that. And that was what, Rob Reiner? He played Meathead?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen? It's on YouTube. Have you seen the pilot episode of All in the Family?
I have actually. Yeah.
There's
I
a
watched
difference, Mike and Gloria.
Yeah.
It's very strange watching that.
And Archie just has a different demeanor, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not quite as
Okay, so
cartoonish.
Oh, wait a minute. Was Gloria the same? I can't remember. Because
No,
she
I
was
don't
different.
think so. Yeah.
But then, was Lionel different?
Was Lionel in it?
He was. He had he was in the opening scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I watched it last year sometime. Very
So
interesting.
Jeff
All right.
said All in the Family. Pete, you say All in the Family.
Yes.
Lance, you say All in the Family.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to go with Parks and Rec.
JD is All in the Family.
JD.
Jeff Davis is All in the Family. Hey, he's a JD as well.
So I remember with All in the Family, a big thing was they actually had the sound of the toilet flushing.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal.
Yeah. Very controversial. Born Distracted is Parks. David
What's
is
Dave?
David's
All
All in
in
the
the
Family.
I think the only parks were Born Distracted and yourself, Stu.
And me. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's a big 8-2.
All in the Family.
I think the next couple are going to be interesting.
Oh, just in case Billy came late, if we have a tie, we're no longer flipping a coin. We're going to eliminate both teams, both shows.
Is that
And
because
then-
people didn't like my style of coin flip? Is that what the problem was?
I think there isn't like the randomness.
No, I was saying that back during that one as well, that I like the idea of if you can't win a round, then you're gone. So
Yeah,
either
so
be a
like-
winner, or if you're not neither show is able to win, it's gone. Or neither game back in the Amico one.
And,
So we
yeah,
got
once-
Brian F. and Herrickle with us now.
Hey, right on.
Hello, hello.
So we're up to
and
12.
yeah, and once
I'm
if
gonna
both
end up with a
teams, if there's a
cramp
tie,
right
they get
now.
eliminated, and then the team they would have gone against gets a bye, and they just skip on to the next round. All right, now we're at Green Acres versus Mork and Mindy.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I think it's tough too.
Not me. Green Acres is one of my all-time favorites. I'm going Green Acres all the way.
I'm throwing my hat in for Green Acres. I love that show back in the day.
Oh, God, it's so funny. I
Yeah.
love that. I love the show like that in Newhart where you've got a town that's all crazy, and the main character is the only sane one, but they all think he's crazy. It's such a great
JD's
concept.
going Mork.
Oh, we got a lot of Mork and Mindy's here.
You know, I'm going to go Mork and Mindy, too. I mean, I barely remember Green Acres, and Mork and Mindy was one of the ones that came out on reruns quite a bit.
Okay.
JD's Mork and Mindy, Born Distracted, Mork and Mindy, Jeff Davis,
I'm
Mork
doing
and
Mork as well. Squirrely Stew's doing
Green Acres.
Green.
David is Mork and Mindy.
Dave is Mork and Mindy.
So,
Jeff Davis, Mork and Mindy. Mama
You gotta
C.
Where's
Mork
Mama
and Mindy.
C?
There's Mama C.
I think this is our first upset.
It is.
Let's see. Do I have everything? Got it, and boom.
Everyone in?
Brian F is here. Is he gonna vote though?
I don't know. We can wait a couple minutes here and see.
Jeez, how about a beer for
You know,
the
it's
beers?
so strange. I think that just goes to show you how strong of a personality and how Robin Williams actually was, because the show isn't very good. Robin Williams is incredible on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his breakout, and he was phenomenal. If it wasn't for him being on it, that show wouldn't have seen the light of day, because I've watched the reruns and such, and they aren't very
Well,
good.
And let's
Well,
face it, let's face it, how many people jump into a huge sitcom like Happy Days
Yeah.
and then have a successful spinoff, then are able to totally break away from that character and still continue the rest of their career doing other things, never touching Mork after that.
Never did he? Never went back to it.
Yep. I think he still was doing more comedy when he did Popeye, wasn't that?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Because that was his first
That's
movie.
a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a possibility.
As poorly rated as that movie is, I still enjoy watching it because it's pretty well done. It's not the greatest story in the world, but the acting and stuff to turn themselves into those characters is pretty good. In my mind.
It's interesting turning yourself into a cartoon character. That cannot be easy. All right.
I worked with somebody that loved that Popeye movie, and I just couldn't do it.
It's not a good movie by any stretch, but
Well, did the singing hurt it though?
In the beginning.
Say that again, Lance.
Yeah, did the singing hurt it? I mean, it was a musical when that
was.
genre was fading away.
Yeah, it may have hurt it a little bit, but I don't know. It's just I think they had
Happy Days is in here somewhere, right? Yeah.
To take it from 50 minutes to an hour and a half, they had to add the music and the singing.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got next?
Hold on, I gotta chase the squirrel away. Yep.
Your squirrel's back.
Oh, he's back.
Get out of here, Rock.
The whole family left. Now they're back. The heck?
I've got a live trap out in the shed I can bring over.
I'm about to get a golf club out and just start
not
gonna run off the deck here. Send them flying. All right.
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke Show versus 30 Rock.
This is going to be interesting too.
I'm all Dick Van Dyke.
I am.
You know what's interesting?
Out of the ring for Dick Van Dyke as well.
What's really interesting is that they both deal with comedy shows, writing comedy shows on the show.
Oh, you're right.
Very, very true. Yeah.
Interesting. I just thought Dick Van Dyke Show was it was so ahead of its time. There wasn't anything like it on at that moment.
So Pete and Jeff, and then Lance.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, that's me too. I like 30 Rock a lot, but
we got Born
and
Distracted.
what else do we have
30
going
Rock.
on? 30 for Born, and Jeff Davis is 30 Rock.
See you, David. Hey, if you get back in time, join us again.
Let's see.
This is going to be a close one.
Yeah. 30. Let's see. Born Distracted, 30 Rock. Squirrely Stew, 30 Rock. Jess Davis, 30 Rock. JD, 30 Rock. Mama C, Dick Van Dyke. This is going to be close. I think we might still have 1-2 people out.
Did Dave put in a vote before he left? No.
He did not.
No. Dave, you're still there. Do a vote if you want.
We have
right now
5 Dick Van Dyke, 4 30 Rock, I think.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
This could be our first tie.
But no Brian F. Brian, you still there?
Is Brian there?
Mama C, I got her. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 5-4.
Yeah, and I still have to hear from Brian. Or I doubt Heracles is still here. If Heracles still here. What do we do?
We might have to call it for Dick Van Dyke.
Put in the countdown. Are we ready for the vote? Voting
Meow,
is
meow,
going.
meow, 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 meow.
Go.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Gone.
Gone.
Mama C provided the winning vote for Dick Van Dyke.
Ooh. Saved by a non-vote.
Here we go. Taxi versus F Troop.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere but Taxi with that one.
Oh man, I loved F Troop, but I'm gonna go with Taxi.
Yeah, so Pete, Jeff, and me are Taxi.
Oh, just
What
Brian's
about you,
vote
Lance?
must come up, but he voted Dick Van Dyke anyway, so it didn't matter. His vote didn't get through.
Oh shoot! I wonder why it didn't go through.
Remember we did that before? I've typed stuff into the chat before, and I've said it. Yeah, I see it on my screen.
Yeah.
You don't see it?
It'll probably pop up. Well, maybe it won't pop up if he saw it.
Yeah, very strange, but that does happen sometimes. So if there's a big delay, we'll say we haven't seen from you. Type it in again because it
JD
does
is
sometimes
Taxi.
not come through.
Crow's here.
Hey,
Hey,
Crow.
Yeah, I'd vote Taxi
Crow-
too, even though I loved F Troop as a kid, but Taxi.
There's a Taxi pinball machine, but not F Troop.
Nice.
Well, there you go. That's an
Anything
option.
around
That's
in
an easy one
pinball.
then. Somebody
that's
explain
crazy.
to Mama C what F Troop is, because I'm not even that good. I do know it's what is it, Marines or something, right? Or
No, it took place in the Wild West.
oh, okay,
Brian says Taxi.
It's Wild West like Dances with Wolves era.
okay.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, I
Time-
think so.
Time frame in history.
F
I
Troop
think so.
was a group.
Or
Ken Berry.
Go-Go Gophers.
Ken Berry was the guy in charge of that particular troop. It was basically just them, and there was an Indian tribe, the Hakawis? Can't remember the name. But yeah, it was a kind of a screwball comedy. It was kind of Green Acre like in that it was just like one joke after another.
Yep.
So what do we have? We have this looks like a taxi.
Yeah, it's a Taxi. Yeah.
I believe unanimous, wasn't it?
I love
Warren
Mama
corrected
C.
F.
What is F Troop?
Well, you know what's interesting? If you didn't see the reruns, if you didn't see it live, or if you didn't see the reruns in the 70s, maybe 80s, I haven't seen it since then. It's just gone. I don't know. It must be shown somewhere. I don't know where.
No, it came out in the
While you
early
introduce
'80s.
the next one, I'll be right back.
I'm trying to think what Taxi Pinball would be like.
I just saw this next. How the blazes did this matchup happen in the first round?
Well, remember, we're doing these out of order, so it's not really the first round.
Well, no, but still, it's number 4 versus number 61.
Well, 20 versus 45 is more. That's a tough one there.
No, I'm just saying what gets me is how low How I Met Your Mother is ranked.
Oh yeah, it only.
I have my television favorites F Troop DVD.
How I Met Your Mother. I think I got one vote for it.
Oh my God! You know what? It would be in my top 10. I don't even think I think I read it off my list.
Yeah, I don't think you put it on there.
Might be my fault right there because this is one of my top 10 favorite.
It was either Stewart or Lance.
I thought we both had. Well, I had it on my list. I think. Oh no, maybe I didn't have it on my. I did not have it on my list.
Huh?
I did not.
I do not believe that I did either.
If it wasn't for Lance, it wouldn't even be in the game.
It's one of
Mainly-
my favorites. Yeah.
Mainly because I didn't finish it, and people didn't like the ending. I heard.
The endings. Yeah. No, I agree.
Hey, aren't they doing a sequel?
WKRP. Oh, good God! Why are we even doing this? Are we done now? Can we move on?
So it's WKRP versus How I Met Your Mother. I've never even seen How You Met Your Mother, so this is a no-brainer for me. I'm WKRP.
It started off great. I mean, it was very funny. I thought
5 seasons. Yeah.
Had
5
some
seasons
good characters.
5 seasons of friggin' fading away.
Yeah.
Crow just said Taxi wasn't based on the show. It was just based on taxis.
Oh,
You would pick up Santa Claus, Dracula, Gorbachev, Pinbot, and Marilyn Monroe as passengers. Well, that's an interesting town.
how'd you
Remember
pick
that?
those? That's a. Yeah, JD says WKRP, no contest.
Hey, that sounds like a game for the Amigo.
Yeah, no doubt.
My vote is WKRP. Bar
Yeah,
none.
WKRP.
I think that's unanimous there. I just surprised because I say How I Met Your Mother is my top 10 favorite, and it is. WKRP's higher though, still in the top 10.
Now, I thought I heard there was going to be a sequel to that about the father. Have you guys heard that?
To How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I haven't heard that. No.
Something to look out for.
Yeah.
Because what is it? Kobe Smulders? Is that?
Kobe Smulders is in it.
She's all over Marvel now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the agents.
She is beautiful.
Hey, Mama C heard that.
There you go.
WKRP, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Never gets old.
3 episodes of that before we started the show here today. Mama C and I did. So I'm watching the DVDs, and the last 2 shows on my DVDs are skipping. Are freezing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it sucks, eh?
Not good.
Not good. Old discs.
Jeff, have you watched all of yours?
I haven't even cracked it open yet.
But it got there.
It did get here. I don't know. Everyone knows we're looking to buy a house, and everything is on hold. I'm trying not to open anything up.
Yeah.
It's like all those in television games I have in television too. It's all still in the box. I mean, I opened it up to see it, but I'm not getting anything out, and so I have to repack anymore.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe one day I'll have fun.
All right. So moving ahead here, what do we got?
Ties versus 2.5 Men.
This could be close too, maybe.
I have to think about it for a minute.
Well, I've never seen 2.5 Men, so I'm going with Family Ties.
You've never seen it? It's a good show. I thought it was very funny. I owned the first few seasons.
Yeah.
I liked Family Ties. I think that's one of those shows that if you go back today, I'm not sure it's going to hold up very well.
Family Ties?
Here too.
Yeah.
Family Ties? Well, Family Ties didn't get the reruns that the other ones, like that Thursday Night Powerhouse of Cosby Show.
No, they really didn't.
Cheers. But Family Ties, you remember, it made a hit for Billy Vera that at this moment, the song was 5 years old, forgotten, and it became a #1 hit.
Yes.
All right, so looks like we got a bunch of Family Ties. Oh, Geeks with Cash is here.
Hey, Geeks with Cash, welcome.
Hey, Nick, give it a vote, Nick. I'm going to vote 2.5 Men.
Okay, so Pete goes 2.5 Men. Ooh.
Nick just realized he wasn't subbed to us.
I'm going to stand over there with you, Pete.
I'm going to go 2.5 Men as well. And that's another show you could delineate between Charlie Sheen and Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
one. Okay, so Brian F. says Family Ties. Mom C says Family Ties. That's 5-3 so far. Born Distracted says Family Ties. 6-3. Let's see. Brian F. I got. Crow says Family Ties. And Geeks with Cash. I was on my old account. This one was subbed. I was kind of pissed at YouTube.
Nick, that's happened to me several times where I thought I was subbed to somebody. And just because their videos keep popping up, and then I realized, wait, I'm not even subbed to you. I just chased a squirrel away, by the way.
Did I mark that one? That's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know where I am exactly, but never heard of 2.5 Men, Crow.
I know, that's sort of baffling.
Did they cut a guy in half or something?
Well, Family Ties, that launched Michael J. Fox, and was it Johnny Mathis, I think, sang the theme song?
Yeah.
Did he really? I didn't recognize his voice.
I think it was actually a duet.
Favorite.
Michael Gross, remember the first season he didn't have a beard, and then the next season he showed up with a beard?
Mm-hmm. And then he showed up in the Tremors movies.
He said he grew a beard because when they would stop shooting, he'd shave it, and he could walk around, and no one would really notice him anymore. I guess having people coming up being nice to you is a real pain in the ass.
And I think they still pair up Michael Gross and Meredith Baxter. Was it Baxter Burney in the Hallmark movies? I think my sister was watching one. Like, hey man, that's the Family Ties parents.
So that's a Family Ties.
Family Ties. It would have been great if Family Ties would have tied.
Well, WKRP would get the bye. There you go.
Yeah. I get a kick out of Crow. I haven't watched TV in 20 years, so if it's newer than that, I haven't seen it. I think a few of our shows are going to be less than 20 years old.
So Crow completely missed The Office.
Yep.
JD had a crush on Justine Bateman.
She's okay. Yeah, I never really had a thing for her.
I thought she was really cute on Family Ties.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that can be our next show. Justine Bateman.
And then the younger daughter grew up on that show. Tina.
The Others?
Yeah.
The Others, yeah.
Yeah. See, Jeff, another one where we wouldn't be fighting over the women on the show. I'll just go for Kaylee Cuoco, and you can stick with Justine Bateman.
Oh, here we go.
What do we got next?
Here that's somewhat in the same time period. Good Times versus What's Happening. I think What's Happening just a few years later, but pretty close to the same time period at least.
And then we could do a whole show about the theme songs too.
Absolutely. That we were talking about last night. Were we, Jeff, on the...
Yeah, we could do that. Boy, the character one, you might have to split that up into...
Remember we talked about doing men, women, supporting characters.
It might be best to split up like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we're right in Crow's wheelhouse here, 1970s.
Ooh,
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, I got to agree with JD on that one though. Whoop, where is it?
There you go.
Yeah, and then had a crush on Nancy McKeon. Really? From Facts of Life?
Stuart, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's kind of a dick move right there. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, on that show, her.
You know what?
The cowboy, right?
Crow, that did not make it. That should have made my list, though. That's a good show. Okay, anyway, here we go. So Born Distracted is Good Times.
I'm going to go What's Happening.
Jeff is doing What's Happening. Pete?
Good Times.
Okay, Lance?
I'm going to go What's Happening. But like Good Times, I think you could also split it to when the father was there and then when they got rid of him. Because to me, it was almost two different shows. Because it became JJ dominant, towards the end.
If John Amos
I'm going to go with Good Times.
If John Amos would have stayed, I'd probably be voting for Good Times, but I didn't like it as much once he left.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
JD, what's happening if not just for the two people?
Yes.
What was it? Was it Rerun? Was he recording it or something? And
yeah, Rerun and his overcoat. He had an overcoat with a big giant tape recorder that fell out.
The Doobie Brothers had a talk with him, and he learned a lesson that day.
Oh, I got to see that episode.
Oh,
Good Times. Brian F. is Good Times.
Be like trying to tape a reel-to-reel to a broomstick, for Pete's sake. It would kind of stick out, wouldn't it?
I know.
Let's see. So what else do we have? Supposedly Steph Curry and Seth MacFarlane are doing an animated series of Good Times.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so let's see. What do I have so far? JD said What's Happening, right? Squirrely Stew says Good Times. Jeff Davis says Good Times. I swear, I don't know how I missed some of these.
Crow said What's Happening.
Crow, good. What's Happening? All right.
Born Distracted, Good Times.
Got that one.
Born Distracted.
Let's see,
said
Mama
Johnson,
C,
no.
is she thrown down?
She said good times. Yeah.
Good times. I see it right there at the top. I'm telling you, I don't know how they get by me.
Born Distracted said he might unsub if Facts of Life isn't on here, and don't tell him that it's not.
Don't. It's okay. It's okay. I forgot to put Blansky's Beauties on here.
It made our overall list, but it was just too far down. It was probably in the 70s somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't believe Crow.
Yeah, and then sometimes it happens. What's going to happen later is one of my least favorite moments, based on what Crow is saying right here.
How does Crow know about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? That was in the last 20 years.
It was the
and
Roddy
there's no
Piper
pinball
one.
machine.
So did we get all who won in Good Times and What's Happening? Was it close?
That was Good Times. What's Happening only got 4, and Good Times got 7.
That sucked.
Good Times, yeah.
All right.
Too bad you couldn't do a show with the theme songs and actually play the theme songs, though.
That's how I want to end my school day every day right now. Good times.
So
here's the perfect matchup, Jeff.
we move on to my favorite matchup
Oh.
of this entire thing. Sanford and Son versus Ozzie and Harriet. Unfortunately, I bet not many people have seen Ozzie and Harriet because that's really old. We're talking early 50s.
What if it went up against Ozzy Osbourne?
Even so, I picked Sanford and Son.
I'm going Ozzie and Harriet.
Really?
Yeah, I think Ozzie Nelson was just hilarious.
Okay.
I used to watch this on TBS in was it the 80s, I think. TBS used to show it. That's how I got to see it.
You know what else I forgot? Speaking of that time frame, I mean a little later than that, but I forgot all about Hazel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stuart, I was just going to say that, and then I forgot it, and now you said it.
That's trippy, dude. We are linked.
What are the odds of Hazel being in any two
Both
people's
of our
mind at the
heads.
same time? Hazel.
So in other words, what you're saying is Justine Bateman, Kaylee Cuoco, and Hazel.
Yep.
Woo! Hot stuff, buddy.
Not
Well, we
in that
got to
order.
have one for you too, Pete.
I got Mama C upstairs. I got all I need.
Okay, I better get caught up here.
Hey,
Aaron Gray. Thank you, JD. Yes.
this is going to be a runaway for
I had a
Sanford
big
and
young
Son.
Viking
Yeah, I
crush
think
on
so.
her. Okay, so Sanford and Son from JD. I got that one. Born Distracted is Sanford. Mama
ahead.
C is Sanford.
Yeah, I agree with JD. I think Sanford and Son theme is one of the best ever.
And then Pete, what did you say?
Sanford and Son for sure, yeah.
Okay. And Lance, you said the same?
Yeah, Sanford.
Yep.
It's a blowout. I think I was the only Ozzie in here.
You were, yeah.
Welcome to Jeff just standing over there with Ozzy.
Now, have any of you seen the original? I heard that was based, was it Steptoe and Son or something in England? And they brought it over and made it a vehicle for Red Fox.
No,
I've heard of Steptoe, but I've never seen it.
no, I
I've
haven't
never
seen
heard
it.
that.
Never heard it.
You know what other show I forgot about is Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, really. Good old
Yeah, that
Katie,
show
I
was-
never watched it.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
I think
If you've never watched it,
Okay.
one of
the
my
biggest thing I really liked about it is that it had the gay relationship in it that was finally played out correctly. Instead of being freaking over the top and just stupid and annoying, it just was. What is that?
Here's another one I forgot. Put it up on the screen, Jeff. I never even thought to put this in there, but that should have been there too for my picks. I didn't. So say Levy, but maybe a lot of people haven't even heard of it.
hasn't come through yet. At least not on my end here.
What's that?
Oh, you're talking about Schitt's Creek?
No, he's what he's showing. Put him on the screen. Put Pete on the screen.
I don't even see him.
Well, that's because you're in control.
The last thing I see is Born Distracted said like Birdcage.
There. Now, how do we make him bigger like that? No.
Oh, wait, are you showing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's showing it.
Sorry, Pete. I can't.
What is
Trailer
that?
Park Boys.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys. I've never
Even. It's all on Netflix now. It started off just up here, and it's gone absolutely crazy for 20 years now. It's actually the 20th anniversary of the show was yesterday.
Shut your mouth.
Wow.
And it's now on Netflix. It's something else. You got to see it to believe it. But here it is. I got 8-10 DVDs up there. Never even considered it yet because I just didn't think of it as main. It's not really mainstream, but it is a sitcom. It's a half-hour sitcom. But,
You know, I couldn't see it, Pete. I can see the three of us and then the screen on StreamYard, and then you get shoved below at the bottom.
oh well.
So I can't see your screen. I'll tell you what show I love that I don't know if anyone's else seen it is The In-Betweeners. It's a British show.
Yeah. Well, there's not a British show on here. Excuse me. Is there?
No, I didn't think of that one either, but I don't think anyone really knows it anyway, so it would have gotten.
No, there you go. Faulty Towers, Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh, Faulty Towers.
Are you being served?
Oh, yeah. All good.
You know, absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous. Yes. Yep. Ab-fab.
You know, also Born Distracted mentioned Birdcage, and thank you for mentioning that because I really have been meaning to watch that show again. The only episode I saw of Trailer Park Boys is the one they kidnap Alex Lifeson, says JD.
Yep. Alex Lifeson, they do. They kidnap from Rush. Bring it back to the trailer park.
Yeah, no young ones. I never really got into the young ones. I watched some of it, but it was on MTV, wasn't it?
I don't know. Never heard of it.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like four British guys living in an apartment together, and it was like almost like the original. Well, I can't even say it that way, but anyway, they were all very different.
Like the Monkees.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Monkees. Yeah, much silliness.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Born Distracted just said, I have Are You Being Served on DVD and the newer version, which I'm not familiar with the newer version, but I love that that show. It used to be on PBS all the time. Great show.
Yes, it was on all the time.
Oh, all right, Crow. I'll give you this one here. Adventures of Pete and Pete. I love that show on Nickelodeon. It was so bizarre. Such an odd show.
And Brian, have you're talking about Red Dwarf. Did you ever see Blake's 7? I'd be interested in knowing if you ever saw that. Any of you guys ever heard of Blake's 7?
No.
Nope.
I hadn't either.
Sci-fi as well?
Do you know who told me about it? Was Sharon Shin. I learned about it because it's on that Space Metal album. And I told her, good. Brian says, yes, he's seen a few. But I'd never heard. I'm like, Blake 7? This song's about Blake 7? What is that? And she goes, oh, Blake 7. I used to watch that show, and she had it all recorded, and it's crazy. Crazy stuff. We're almost to hour 1, and we're almost done with the first side.
That's good. We're somewhat on time.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody
get the ass out of this last bit here then.
Everybody loves Raymond versus Different Strokes.
I'm going Raymond.
I'm going Raymond. I still watch that today.
Talk about some awkward situations that show has on. All right, Born Distracted is going different.
JD, different strokes.
JD
Jeff
says
Davis, different strokes.
different.
Mhm.
Jeff Davis, different. Jeff Davis is different. But I take it Crow's statement there is is his. Wow, different strokes is going. What do you guys say? What about you, Lance?
I'm going Everybody Loves Raymond. I think that show actually got stronger as it went on. Where Different Strokes, I remember they brought in like a younger kid. I mean, it was kind of went off the rails for me.
Lance, I completely agree with you on. That's one of the few shows I've seen that got stronger the longer it went.
What, Raymond?
Yeah,
Raymond. Yeah. Then they brought in
like the first season, I didn't really even like. It was just kind of like a typical sitcom. Mm-hmm. But as you got to know all the characters, by the end, it was just hilarious. And they had
they brought in, was it Fred Willard and
Fred Willard and the Georgia Engel were Amy's parents, and then Chris Elliott was her brother. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, what do you say? Because we got us a tie going right now.
I have not voted yet. I'm sort of sitting back because I actually want to explain my vote.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I thought. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was waiting for Brian to see if it even makes a difference.
Brian said Raymond. I have a feeling Pete's going different strokes.
So
you're
what's
the tiebreaker then, bro?
What is the count?
It is 5-5.
Well, I love sitting down and watching old sitcoms. Like I try to watch the whole series, especially ones that I didn't see all of them when I was younger. And I've watched MASH and I got Big Bang Theory, and I've been watching Different Strokes now. I'm into season 6, and I have never had a more difficult time staying motivated for a sitcom to watch my life. It has funny moments, it has good things, but the stories are kind of ridiculous. And it's all this preaching moral stuff that is so unrealistic and fake. It's kind of pathetic. Sorry, Everybody Loves Raymond was just a funny show that had a good time, and it's much better than Different Strokes. So that's my take on it.
6-5. Okay. Look at that.
No, I remember that, Papa Pete.
Sorry?
And they had I remember that. I think Nancy Reagan was on an episode. That's when they had their big
watch that.
Say no to drugs.
That was on this season that I'm watching right now, and I will finish it because they only got like 2 seasons left. But man, it's kind of a struggle to watch. It's just not. You want to say watch it because it is historical. It did do some amazing things back at the time, and it's almost, frankly, it's more notorious for the child stars falling off the rails than anything the show did itself, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I remember loving it as a kid. But there was one episode that creeped me out. There was one where the actor that played Mr. Carlson on WKRP, he played the child molester. Like, what? Oh, that was
the Bicycle Man 2-part episode. It is creepy. It is creepy.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Kind of, they're saying it was revolutionary, but it was really risky back in the day to do something like that. But it was a bit over the top, and yeah,
I think I'd rather just. I was just going to go there, Jeff.
Yeah, so I liked it all right, but man, I don't know. I've never tuned into everything.
That kind of stuff.
Everybody Loves Raymond, not enjoyed it.
Crow is not like Ray Romano.
By Twisted Sister.
I'm the opposite of Crow. I really like Ray Romano, and he did it wasn't a sitcom, but he did a show called Men of a Certain Age.
Yeah, I like that one. That was with Scott Bakula.
Really good. I mean, it was kind of hard to watch in some ways because it was so painful. It was really well done, but some of the stuff those guys are going through was like, oh god, this is hard to watch. Mm-hmm. But it's really good. And he did a movie with a guy. I can't remember the name of it. They lived together, I think, and his friend was dying. That was another good show. Or a good movie, I should say. All right, so
I think Jeff's dog wants some Taco Bell.
Yes.
I'm not going to preach on every one like that, but that was what I was sort of waiting for to see how it would work out because I have been watching Different Strokes, and I sort of was wanted to watch it and think, okay, this is going to be really good. And I'm 6 seasons in, and it's like, oh, this is a struggle, man. This is a real struggle.
Well, I remember watching it was originally on, and I did watch the first few seasons, and like a lot of shows, I didn't think it was that great, but there was nothing else on, so I was watching it.
Yeah.
But then I did actually stop watching eventually because I don't know, it was less funny and more serious at times. Like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
I want to laugh. This is depressing.
Moral of the story, they're all getting in trouble with drugs and politics and burglars and sex offenders, and it's like, it's a friggin' sitcom. Like,
I know.
There's a spot, but not week after week after week.
Well, there was that, but then it also relied on when was Gary Coleman going to say, what you talking about, Willis? Almost like JJ with Dynamite. You knew that was coming, and it was like, you look at some of the other shows, they don't quite rely on a catchphrase.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
You ever see a documentary on Happy Days when I think it's Gary Marshall was talking about? They were looking for catchphrases. They were looking for stuff.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Another reason I like Different Strokes now, I'm watching it, and I'm watching Dana Plato fall into like a state of being strung out more and more each episode until they finally kick her off the show.
Oh, shoot.
I'm almost to the point where they're kicking her off the show. So we're getting there. She looks so different. Like, she looks so this beautiful little teenage girl, 18 years old, playing a 16-year-old, and she looks great. And then she just starts to look more and more adult, but still being a teenager or college student or whatever, until she finally just starts looking strung out.
There's nothing like
it's sad.
Oh man. Now here's one of my these are two of my favorites, and I already know which way I'm going to go.
Oh, the next what we got next here? Frasier versus Get Smart.
Wow, that's tough.
Let me start this so I don't forget. I can get out of the way. There's nothing. Frasier is amazing. Watch it start to finish. It's amazing.
What about you, Lance?
I'm gonna go Frasier.
Okay. And
I did enjoy.
I'm assuming we've all seen the whole thing, right?
No, I've seen bits and parts of Frasier.
Okay, so what do you say, Jeff?
I'm gonna go with Frasier. I mean, I didn't not see it all because I didn't like Frasier. I actually liked it. I have no idea why I haven't seen it all yet. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I still need to
enjoy
it all because I love the character Frasier. So
yeah, you'll really enjoy it. I liked it all the way through.
Yeah, same characters. They didn't change. They went 11 seasons.
Yep.
And the characters just got stronger and stronger and stronger as the whole thing went through.
Yep. Crow is going to go with Get Smart. Let's see here. Bourne is going with Frasier. It's a big Frasier throwdown. But JD says, would you believe it? Get Smart.
Hey, if you love it, you love it.
Yeah. I mean, I own a bunch of it over there. I got 3 seasons of it over there. Got another Frasier.
I think this might be another one of those time and place. Like, is Get Smart even on TV or streaming now?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I don't know. Yeah, that would be something.
I mean, Frasier's still on, and you can find it on several channels.
Yeah.
But Get Smart,
yes, you're right,
I think is a forgotten one.
Very true. Very true, Lance.
And then, what did you guys ever see any of the movies? Did they make 2 or just 1?
The Nude Bomb.
I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but I did like the scene where Max was fighting somebody, and every time they went to like karate chop or punch, they kept missing the person. It was just one miss after another, and they'd hit a wall or they hit a pipe. It was just comical. I mean, they never could hit each other.
I mean, they started that show off great with let's use the cone of silence, and then they're like blah blah blah. And he goes, what?
You know, you still hear that term "cone of silence," and I don't know how many people even know it was from Get Smart at this point.
Talk about ahead of your time.
Now, in Get Smart, wasn't the bad guy? Wasn't he the doctor on Love Boat?
Yeah,
I'm confusing my shows.
Siegfried, wasn't it?
Bertie Capel, yeah.
Yeah, there.
Yeah,
and he was also a new doctor in the office on Newhart in the first season.
Was he?
The Bob
Okay.
Newhart show.
Yep.
I want to say he was also. Didn't he play Dr. Bombay on Bewitched?
No, that was someone else. That was a British actor
Okay.
who once
I was
was
gonna
on Andy
say-
Griffith's show. He was riding a bike across America and went through Mayberry.
Wow.
Was,
Hey,
also, a
Dan's
guest,
here.
was also a guest on MASH. Hey, Dan. what's going on?
Dan's a perfect guy for this show because he collects all kind of DVDs of TV shows. He'd be all right. We need some of your votes, Dan. What do we got up next?
This is a tough one, too. This is
Bewitched
Bewitched
versus Welcome Back, Kotter.
No,
Get on your phone. You can vote.
no.
So that's another show you can delineate Cotter
no.
with and without John Travolta.
Oh, that show was terrible once Travolta left. Brutal.
Well, then let's start with you, Lance. What do you say?
Oh man.
Oh. I love them both, but I'm going to go Bewitched.
All right.
It's a tough one.
Also, between the two Darrens in that show,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
who played it better?
Dick York
That's right.
and Dick Sargent. The two dicks.
Pete, what do you think?
2 dicks, 1 witch.
Smith, why did you have to have two dicks?
You know, I've got a story about that.
Bewitched, right?
I just saw one of them in Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Ah,
Mr. Cotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
might have to throw that movie on this weekend.
Because they just showed it on Svengoolie 3 weeks ago, I think.
I didn't realize it, but Freddie Washington has been acting this whole time.
Yeah.
He's still showing up and stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't even ask him.
Yeah.
No, was it years ago? They did a biopic of the Jackson 5, and he played the dad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rebel says Bewitched. Let's see. Born, Bewitched. JD says Qatar.
Well, when I was little, Mr. Welcome Back, Kotter, for a very short time, was probably one of my favorite shows. But I think overall, I'm gonna go with Bewitched. I think it was just stronger from start to finish. Kotter really,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
he
go
really fell
Bewitched.
off.
Pete,
Well, I think
what
if-
did you say?
If Travolta would have stayed, it'd have been much stronger.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
When they brought that character Bo on, that was terrible.
Yeah. When I was a young kid, Stu, Bewitched was like a 5 o'clock show that was on every night. It was we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a Bewitched right there.
That is a Bewitched.
We've all been bewitched. She was
Bewitched.
so pretty.
All right. Barney Miller versus Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I have one last thing to say about Bewitched. I mean, come on. Paul Lind.
Yeah.
All right. So Barney Miller and Curb.
That's funny, Crow. I'm throwing up Barney Miller right now. Just watched the whole thing last year. Friggin' amazing show.
I really
Never-
want to check it all out.
Never had an appreciation for it. I do now. It's fantastic start to finish.
Hey, Bon. Mushy, mushy.
Yeah.
It's a show that ran for 8 years and left you wanting more.
There you go,
True.
Brian. Brian says brownies, anyone?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with Curb Your Enthusiasm. Because it's like 10 years and I loved all 10 years. I didn't like Barney Miller at the end, the last couple seasons, when they pared it down to just like 4 guys or 4 detectives.
Yeah.
It was like a lot slower. The first season was amazing. There was so much. I mean, there's so much action. I mean, they're in an office, but there's so much action. They were just running around, and by the end, that just didn't seem like they wanted to be there anymore. So I'm gonna go Curb. I really love Barney
Interesting.
Miller, but I'll go Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Uh,
Yep. And yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie's right. Barney Miller's one of those great theme songs as well.
Yep. Squirrely Stew goes Curb. You guys are together on that. Crow says I can't vote on this one. Hadn't seen either.
Yeah, which name do you like better?
Who had a better uniform?
Yeah.
Fish. Fish didn't hit the list, did it?
No.
It didn't last very long. I enjoyed it too. It was good to watch the whole thing there.
Rebels
young
going
actors.
Curb.
Dan's going Curb.
Dan's going Curb, yeah.
Let's see. Brian said Curb. Ooh, this is a close one.
Barney Miller for me.
Right on.
Okay, for you, Barney. Okay. And I haven't jumped in on this one yet.
Well, there you go. Crow's Barney Miller. Looks like it's a Barney Miller winner.
There you go. That's it. No matter what I say, Barney's already got to win.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's crazy. We still haven't had a time.
No, not yet. And that is halfway through. First round.
All right. Let's see if we can knock this second side out. See if we can make it in 2 hours.
Well, there's only one upset, so something like that.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Oh. This is a good pairing here.
You got Big
Two
Bang,
different time frames. Two
Big
very
Bang
popular
Theory
ones.
versus Soap.
Big Bang and Soap.
Oh,
I
Big Bang
gotta go.
for me.
I gotta go Big Bang. Jeff's going Big Bang.
Big Bang for Pete.
Bourne is going Big Bang. Pete's going Big Bang. Lance?
Yeah. Big Bang for me, but I thoroughly enjoyed Soap, growing up and watching it.
Yeah, I didn't always watch Soap, but why can't I say it? Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Billy Crystal and Richard Mulligan. He was kind of like the wild card on that show.
Oh, he was hilarious on there.
I got Jeff Davis on Big Bang. JD Big Bang. JD says never saw Soap. Crow. Soap. I really hate Big Bang. Even though I haven't seen it.
Soap was one of those shows when I was little. There were a lot of kids in my class whose parents would not allow them to watch it.
Yeah.
They thought it was too racy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Very controversial at the time.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're a big bang.
How many votes did Soap get?
Looks like 4 to me.
4? Well, that's not bad. That's more than I thought they were going to get, to be honest.
Maybe 3, but still, that's better than I thought it would do too.
Yeah. Yep. Squirrely Stew says Soap.
I have a feeling this next one's going to break my heart. Leave It to Beaver versus Cosby.
I put Cosby Show on my list of 64 just because I think it deserves to be at least in the top 64, even though I couldn't care if I ever saw it again. So I'm saying Leave It to Beaver.
I put it very low on my list
last night,
but I'm going with Leave It to Beaver because that's one of those shows that's interesting because it started out where the kids were really young.
Yeah.
And it ended up where they were in high school, or Wally may have even been going off to, hey, we lost Lance.
We lost Lance?
Oh, there he is. There you go, Lance.
Yeah. Sorry about that internet issue. I saw it tearing down, and I was like, oh, there we go.
All right, so Jeff, you're saying Beaver.
Beaver all the way.
Pete, what do you say?
Leave It to Beaver. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Lance?
I'm going to leave it to Beaver.
Okay. I'm going to have to go Cosby.
Hey, Brother Fastback.
Let's see. What do we got so far? Okay, so wow. Let's see. We got Born Distracted said Beaver. Crow said Beaver. Whoop. Rebel, says Beaver. Wow, it's a
Wow. A lot of beaver over here.
I don't think I've ever said beaver this much ever.
Did Beaver just take it to Cosby Show? Jeez, I thought Cosby was going to win in a blowout.
Well, you know what they say.
Yeah.
If you're a proud
Squirrely
Canadian,
Stu
show me
says-
your beaver.
Well, Cosby Show, I think, is another one where it really kind
Oh no, Lance froze.
We missed
There
it.
he's back.
You froze right in the middle of it. You said you started.
Oh, he's
to say
back.
what?
No, they had to change the character of Rudy and put more emphasis on was it Raven Simone when she came on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Bonet left in controversy.
Yeah.
So
And the
Rebel.
daughter and the son, and the son-in-law, I guess.
Fastback, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Yep, that's a beaver bust right there.
All right.
This is the one as
Beaver.
well, right here.
Well, now we're on to Laverne and Shirley versus the Honeymooners.
I do have a really bad joke for that, but I won't use it.
Well, why not?
Looks like the beaver finally beat Cosby.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay.
You asked. Wait,
That
somebody
was
did.
me again.
Wasn't that what got him in trouble in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just say no.
man, I love the Honeymooners. I'm gonna go with Laverne and Shirley though.
All right, so Jeff's going honeymoon. Jeff's going Laverne.
Yep.
I'm going Laverne and
All right.
Shirley.
You're doing it too, Pete?
Yeah.
Me too, Lance?
I'm going Honeymooners.
Oh,
The early, like 2 or 3 seasons of Laverne and Shirley were really good. By the time they hit California, oh, that show was pretty bad.
Crow says honeymooners.
Well, I remember they even had a Laverne and Shirley cartoon for just a brief
Oh,
minute.
that's right. Fastback, who just joined us, says Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley.
Ooh, this is close.
Fastback. Oh my, we got somebody else. Laverne and Shirley.
14 watching, so there should be lots of votes out there.
Garfield was Carlton the doorman. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what did I tell you recently, Jeff? Lorenzo Music was like executive producer on some show.
Yeah, I think
too. We talked about that one night. What was that?
he was like a big deal back then. But I mean, all you saw was Carlton the doorman. And you didn't think much of him, but he was I think he was kind of a big shot.
Yeah. Squirrely Stew's going for honeymooners. This is getting close. Mama C says what? Laverne and Shirley. Okay. That might help cinch it. Do we get a rebel on that one?
Dan, you there? You got a vote on that
Yeah,
one?
thank you. It was the Bob Newhart show. I knew it was something I just watched.
Oh, okay.
Lorenzo Music was one of the producers on that show.
I make good spaghetti.
Okay, so that's it. Brian is doing a honeymooners, I think.
Brian,
yeah, to the moon, Alice. I assume he means honeymooners there.
I got to make sure we got this. So what about Born Distracted? What did Born just say?
He said honeymooners.
Okay, Born said, oh, shoot.
Wait, hold on. We got Fastback, Laverne and Shirley, Born, Jeff Davis, Honeymooners, Crow, Honeymooners, Born Distracted, Honeymooners, JD, Laverne and Shirley, Squirrely Stew, Honeymooners,
Yeah.
Brian F. I haven't said him yet, have I?
No.
We'll give him a honeymooner since he said to the moon, Alice.
But he clarified it below.
Okay. Mama C, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
I
I got Crow.
Crow said honeymooners.
And I got
Dan,
Rebel.
Dan, yeah, said honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
And that's it. And then I said honeymoon. I said Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, 3 of us.
Yeah, so I got 1, 2, 3,
Lance had honeymooners.
7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 votes, and it goes to honeymooners by 1.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that because it's so old.
I agree. Lorenzo Music is an awesome name.
It really is, isn't it? He's Mr. Music
It
to
just
you.
rolls off the tongue.
It'd just be it'd be fun to be called Mr. Music, wouldn't it?
It belongs as a lyric, really.
Here's a great matchup: Friends versus Gomer Pyle.
Golly!
That's a toughie. They're a lot alike.
Fashion and beautiful people, right?
Oh, I'm going Gomer Pyle. I'm not a huge Friends fan.
I dislike Friends. I will say Gomer Pyle.
You know, Pete, I liked it when it first came on, the first few seasons, and then when the whole Rachel and what's that guy's name that she was dating?
It was Ross.
Ross. When they started doing that breaking up stuff, I had enough. So I stopped watching it. And a few years ago, I went back and I watched some of the early episodes that I liked back then, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, these are terrible. Why did I even like this?"
Yep.
That was weird.
Mama C may very well have a few words to say to me about that, but I will say Gomer because I'm not a Friends fan.
Lance, what do you say?
I'm gonna go Friends.
Yeah, me too.
It's Friends. Let's see.
So
Born Distracted
or Born Distracted. Let's see.
Born
Rebel
Distracted
Gamer.
with Gomer.
Rebel says Gomer.
Fastback Gomer.
Fastback is Gomer. Okay.
Crow.
What about
Gomer.
Brian F or Crow?
Crow is Gomer.
Crow says Gomer.
Swirly Stew is Gomer. JD is Friends. Jeff Davis Friends. Mama C Friends. Brian F Gomer.
Brian F is okay. It looks.
This might be one of the biggest upsets of the night.
What about Born?
Born
Okay,
Distracted.
so Born.
He was Gomer.
Born said.
Yeah, he was Gomer.
Yeah, Born was Gomer.
Yeah, I guess it's a Gomer.
What do we got for a count, Stu?
It was 5 to 8.
8 to 5 for Gomer Pyle.
Yep.
What a shock.
That is shocking.
I didn't think Gomer Pyle had a chance, even though I voted for him.
Cinderella story.
I just invested in the Blu-ray of Friends, and I keep talking to folks like yourselves and one of my teachers at school that just hates Friends.
Wow.
But it always reminds me of my daughter because she loves Friends, and when we'd visit her at college, she'd have it playing on TV.
Yeah, Gomer was great on the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, yeah.
I was sorry to see him leave.
Shazam. Mama's home.
All right, we got the Jeffersons versus Benson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you remember Seinfeld got a start on Benson? Remember he was like the delivery guy? He was in a few episodes.
Who did?
Seinfeld.
No.
Yeah, he was on a few episodes as a delivery guy.
Wow.
I watched Benson, and I don't even remember him, but I've seen it. He mentioned it, and I've seen like some video of him. But like, man, I didn't even remember that at all.
Jeff Davis is going Jeffersons. Crow is going Jeffersons. I think this is going to be a blowout.
I think so.
Bourne is Jeffersons. I really don't know that it. Squirrely Stew's got a Benson.
Oh, Mama C's going Benson.
Oh.
I'm gonna go Jeffersons, and both of these are spinoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. Huh? Is this our first spinoff versus spinoff?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't remember. Interesting.
Mork and Mindy. What did Mork and Mindy go up against? And Laverne and Shirley. No, that was Honeymooners.
Mork and Mindy went up against Green Acres.
So that's not.
No.
Nope. I think it is. I think it is our first one.
I'm going Jeffersons all the way.
Jeff is the Jeffersons.
I like Benson, but I don't know. It's hard to beat George Jefferson.
Pete, you're going Jeffersons, right?
Jeffersons, yeah.
Okay, and I got to go Jeffersons. And did JD said Benson? And I got Rebel, and Fastback says Jeffersons. Yeah, it's a Jeffersons. Brian F. So Jeffersons. He didn't watch Benson.
You still there, Lance?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, I said Jeffersons.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he went Jeffersons. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. I think that's it. That's a 9-3.
Sounds about right. Isn't there a strange matchup here? I Dream of Jeannie versus Home Improvement.
That is crazy.
It is.
I'll never vote against Jeannie, so I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh.
Perry agrees.
Perry agrees. Yeah, you tell him, Dad.
Perry's all in with I Dream of Jeannie.
You got the approval. Perfect.
All right. Jeannie and Home Improvement. I'm going to have to go with Home Improvement.
I'm saying Home
I know
Improvement.
it doesn't goes against my Barbara Edenism, but
Yeah. I just think Home Improvement's a better, funnier show.
Yeah. You going with that one, Pete?
I am, yes. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Lance?
I'm gonna go. I Dream of Jeannie. Just have better
Okay.
memories of that show.
I got you. I got you.
I think we all have better memories of that show.
Saying Jeannie. Jeff Davis is Home Improvement. What about JD?
He says Home Improvement.
Oh, cool. He said he watched so little of either of those.
And I've really never seen it either, to be honest.
It's Home Improvement. It's a close one. What about Squirrely Stew?
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. All right, it's pulling out. What about Rebel?
Home Improvement.
Okay. What about Fastback? Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
What about Crow?
Brian F. was Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Crow was
Crow's
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Born
Brian,
Distract
yes, I
was
got
Jeannie.
I think that's everybody. That's 8-5.
For Home Improvement.
Yep.
Home Improvement moves on. Is that a show you would recommend me watching? Since I really haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen clips here and there, but
You'd like it.
Which show?
Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun,
I mean, I like
especially because you got kids.
what's his name?
And
What's the guy's name? Tim Allen. Yeah, I like Tim Allen.
yeah.
I like him every year when I watch Santa Claus.
Strong supporting characters in it, too. Strong
Here you go, Jeff.
supporting characters.
Once you watch it, there's another delineation there too, between the Tool Time girls.
Oh yeah, didn't they change out more than one?
Yeah, so you'll have to tell me, Jeff, which of the Tool Time girls after you watch it that you prefer.
All right, I got my homework.
All right, so what do we got next?
What do we have? The Office versus The Odd Couple.
Oh, that's a toughie.
I'm going. The Office. That's one of my top 3 shows, probably.
Oh man. Wow, I just made like a perfect O.
It reminds me. Remember in Seinfeld when that Jerry was talking to his uncle. What was his uncle's name?
Leo.
Uncle Leo. And they're talking about
Leo.
penmanship for some reason. And Uncle
Yes.
Leo says, "I remember your V." That just cracked me up. I remember your V.
I do remember that episode.
It was such a wonderful V.
Fastback's going The Office. Jeff is going The Office. Pete, what do you say?
Odd Couple.
Okay, I got to go Odd Couple. Lance, what are you saying?
Odd Couple.
Lou, Lance is on The Odd Couple.
Let's
Well, all
see.
right, so Squirrely Stew
Odd Couple.
is an Odd Couple.
Born
Okay,
Distracted, Odd Couple.
thank you.
Dan from Rebel Gaming Club is The Office.
Okay.
Fastback was Office.
What about Crow? Anything? Crow is Odd Couple.
Crow's Odd Couple. Mama C's Odd Couple.
Mama C, Odd
I
Couple.
knew she always loved that show.
Jeff Davis, Office. And JD was what? Office? I
Yeah.
know.
JD's Office. Yeah, that Roy Clark episode. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play a guitar as good as that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Looks like it's The Odd Couple, 5-8 so far, and I
Holy
think
smokes,
that's
what a
pretty much
upset.
everybody.
I find
And
that
I
to be-
love The Office. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat as JD in the opposite direction.
That's another upset.
that's a big one there.
I'm like, I love The Odd Couple, but damn it, I love The Office too. But The Odd Couple, man, that was so much fun. I never did watch that new one with Matthew Perry and
I did. I watched the first half season that was on. Whatever, it was good. Just didn't last, right? I enjoyed it though.
hey, we're doing pretty good.
Born Distracted thought The Office was over the top and cartoony. Born Distracted, watch the first 6 episodes. It's a completely different show than the rest of the seasons. The first season is just so different. It's really interesting.
Oh my God. It's so, those moments when, and I don't know, have I mentioned this on the show before? When the creator of the show and when they were kind of talking it out and hashing out how Steve Carell was going to play Michael Scott, he was like, we finally came up with a theory that worked. If you don't know a Michael Scott, you are a Michael Scott.
I got a question to ask about The Office. Wasn't The Office a movie first as well before they made the series?
No, it was a 2-season British
Okay.
Yeah.
series.
Because I was going to ask how many you actually watched The Odd Couple or the original Odd Couple movie with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau.
That was great.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call. Kind of like MASH, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Born Distracted, that's we watched the Black Odd Couple. I'm pretty sure Ron Glass from Barney
Yeah, Ron
Miller,
Glass.
He was
He was Felix, right?
Felix, yes, the neat one, yeah.
Well, I think they did a short-lived reboot with Matthew Perry as one of the Odd
Yeah, that
Couple.
was just a few years ago.
It just came and went.
Yeah, it was decent though. I really did enjoy it. It was a good show.
Yeah, there's a delineation you could do. The
Nothing
first 2
special.
seasons of The Office versus the British Office,
Right.
and who played the Jim character in the British version?
What was that? Ricky Gervais, wasn't it?
No, that was the Michael Scott character.
Oh, okay.
And Gervais hadn't done any acting. He really wasn't an actor. He just had him come in. He came in and he knew the guy that was doing it, and he just came in and just kind of went for it. But it was why can't I say his name?
Him,
I love him. He was in The Hobbit.
Stephen Merchant and Ricky Gervais created it. and then Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais ended up in the show.
Yep.
Because they had both those guys as kind of like consultants on the American version for different things. I mean, not necessarily every episode, but here and there.
Yeah. It was why can't I say his name? No. Martin. I can't say his name. He actually was in one of the Marvel movies. Martin Freeman. Thank you. Thank you, Squirrely Stew. Can always count on a Stew. What can I say?
Would not be Arthur though.
Okay. Not be Arthur.
Definitely not be Arthur.
No.
But no, he was great. He was great in
Hey.
that. Martin Freeman was a lot of fun in that.
I gotta jump in though. Hey, nice shirt, Stu.
Thank you. I was wondering. Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
that's my
very-
Packer colors shirt.
That's very beautiful. Yeah, for sure. Have you
What's
seen
up?
my latest video yet? About the 15 Atari games that I still play.
Oh no,
You-
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, let's
You'll
do
like
that.
it. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I'll leave it there.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me. Or reenact it right here.
So
Oh boy, here we go.
now I was
think
shocked.
We're gonna get knocked out.
I was shocked when I was adding up our totals and Seinfeld came in as a 7th seed. I was shocked.
You thought it was gonna be higher?
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be number 1. But Seinfeld versus Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I've
I'm
never
telling
seen.
you, if you got Hulu, you got to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's freaking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Hulu.
That's a lot.
It makes me, every episode makes me laugh on something, and it's just, and it hasn't gotten old to me yet. All right, so what do we got? Jeff, what are you going with? Seinfeld, right?
Seinfeld.
I'm standing up for my Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love my Seinfeld, but doggone it, this Brooklyn Nine-Nine is good. I just know I'm going to get outvoted, so I got to give it some love. I put it on the list at the last minute.
Well, you got Mama C voting for Brooklyn 99 with you.
That girl.
Yeah. I have to say Seinfeld, though, myself.
All right, so Fastback and Pete say Seinfeld. What about you, Lance?
Seinfeld.
All right.
I said Brooklyn
Okay,
99.
Born
it would be a
Distracted.
spite vote, so.
Born Distracted. I abstain. Born Distracted. Crow
Mama C
says
says she's with you,
says
too.
Seinfeld. Brian F. We got a Brian. Where's Brian? Was Brian up top, up above, or am I missing it?
Brian?
I don't see it there yet.
Wait, Seinfeld. Brian up.
Fastback said I already got Fastback.
Brian said Seinfeld.
Thank you. It's a Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Squirrely Stew said what's this? My dad swore he hated Seinfeld, but it always came on after the local news at 6:30, and he fell in love with Kramer, and I think he grew to love the show more than me. Kramer. Oh man. All right, so Squirrely Stew, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is kind of a modern 21 Jump Street. Kind of, yeah. Okay, Born Distracted says 99. What about JD? Did we? Oh, where's JD's?
Where is he? Seinfeld.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, JD said Seinfeld. Oh yeah, it's Seinfeld then. But have any of you guys watched the IT Crowd?
No.
No.
It's awesome.
Isn't it a British show?
It's great. It's a British show, but it's got the gentleman who was in. He played the cop in Bridesmaids, and you've seen him a million times. Irish or Scottish. And it's just it's a great show that that's just that department, man, that like we'd work in, Jeff. It's the fishbowl group. It's the it's that group that nobody understands, and they're tucked away in the basement, and it's hilarious.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Wow.
That's what you learn day one in IT.
Hey, Stu, what channel?
One word phrase.
Where do you find that show?
I think it's streaming.
Oh, okay.
The It Crab?
I think probably Netflix.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My friend, I think Sella told me about it, I think is the way I found out about it, but it's great. And like many of those British shows, there's not a bunch of seasons, just a couple of seasons.
Yeah, the British shows are usually like 6 episodes a year and maybe 2 or 3 years tops. They're quick.
Yeah, there's another one I just thought of right now that's not going to be on this list, but is Mrs. Brown's Boys. Dead silence right there. If you have not seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, it is Irish, watch it. You will lose it.
I've never heard of it, Pete.
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah. And what's the time frame? Is it new?
It is within the last 6-7 years. It's set in Ireland and in Dublin, and it's about it's a man who wrote the show, and his whole family's actually in the show, and it's just about a older lady who has all of her family living in Dublin, and it's between the pub and the house, and it is off the wall, drop dead riot comedy. And look for it on YouTube first, a couple of the clips, and yeah.
There's also another Irish comedy out there right now, and it's a guy's name. I started like Harold or something Harold. I started watching it recently, and it just is one of those where the lead guy is a complete jackass, and Dairy Girls is good. Yes. I had to stop. I'm just like, okay, I can't watch this where this guy's a complete dick, and it's just, I don't know. There was another show we started watching where this woman was just making terrible decisions, like one right after the other. And I'm like, I'm done. I can't do that. Is that the Moss? Moss is the black gentleman who's from the IT crowd, I do believe, right? And he's in The Mandalorian. Yeah, I want to know who he was in The Mandalorian too. He's hilarious on the show, and they have some great outtakes available on YouTube as well.
Squirrely
Yeah,
Stu.
you're right. Fresh Prince. Yeah, it was on the list.
It's in the bracket.
Is it in the bracket?
Yep, it's the very last matchup for tonight.
Oh, there you go.
So stay tuned.
We stand corrected.
All right, what are we up to? This be a good one for Pete. MASH versus the Partridge Family.
I mean, come on. Should we just move on to the next one?
I'm leaning towards the Partridge Family right now. This has to be the easiest. This has to be like the easiest pairing, I think. I'm not even sure.
I mean, I don't own all of MASH, but I own all of Partridge Family.
All right, I'm going MASH.
I flipped out when I saw that. All right, yeah, sure, whatever, Stuart. Start an idea and not be able to finish it. I always forget the name of my guitar.
I haven't really even watched Partridge Family. I watched enough of it to go, nope, and that was it.
Mark Hamill was in it.
Pete, you're being quiet. You haven't said who you're voting for.
Born Distracted is going with Partridge Family. I'll stand strong with Partridge Family because I just know it's going to get its ass kicked.
I watched seasons 1 through 11 over the last 2 months, probably. Watched Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen yesterday, and started watching season 1 again today. So I'll probably just stick with MASH.
That's probably a good idea.
Squirrely Stew is MASH. JD is MASH. Lance?
Born
MASH.
Distracted does not think MASH is a sitcom.
That's because it morphed into a dramedy over the years, very much so. But it always was a sitcom structure. It just they really adapted over the years. They probably changed characters better, more effectively than any other show going. But at the same time, the whole spirit of the show changed from basically there's 1 through 3, there's 5 through 8, then there's 9, 10, 11 that are very, very different shows. And it's not just the differences in staff, it's the differences of all of a sudden at the later years, the actors became huge enough that they were writing it and directing it. And also sets had a lot to do with it because the entire set, the exterior set, burnt down on them. And they went to sound stages for the last 3 years, which made a very different feel to the show. But all well adapted, and it was more slapstick for sure. The first 5 to 8 years, I'll say.
Yeah, those were brilliant shows. I mean,
The Boat Time Radar left. It really sort of turned in the other direction. There were still great shows after that, but there was an awful lot of drama involved as well, mixed in.
Yeah, I just thought it got too preachy, and it was too obviously preachy at times. I was like, I'm like, and whatever, guys.
With the actors getting control of the writing and the directing of the show. Yeah.
Well, wasn't on MASH they didn't use the laugh track in the operating room?
Yep.
They never used a laugh track in the operating room. That's right.
Yeah. Even in the early seasons when it was, a lot crazier, they still didn't do the laugh track.
And this version of the DVDs, you could turn the laugh track on and off completely, which is very interesting. There aren't many shows that have been released on DVD with separate soundtracks that allow you to turn off the laugh track, but you can watch that show with no laugh track, which is.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah,
I would love to try that.
Huh.
Yeah, very interesting because the laugh track is the directors or the producers or whatever telling you when to laugh.
Right.
If you're still laughing at a show and there's no laugh track, that's a funny show.
Exactly. JD was asking what was Mark Hamill was on Partridge Family. He was a possible love interest for Lori when Lori got her braces and kept having the radio frequency being played through her new braces.
Did it
change? JD also says
open her mouth?
The MASH movie versus the TV show.
Different eggs, but fantastic. Both of them. The movie was, if it wasn't for the book, I mean, it started off as a book by Richard Hooker, right? There's a series of books. Actually, there's like 11 or 12 of them, but they started with the original MASH book. And that was adapted for the movie, and Robert Altman did the movie. It was phenomenal.
Do you own any of the books or all the books?
I have a couple of the books. I bought them on eBay not long ago. Well, I'll say 3 or 4 years ago. I couldn't put my hands on them right now. I don't know where they are. But
that is odd.
Did I miss something, or is Born Distracted actually talking about Quincy, the TV show?
That's what I was wondering.
I saw that.
Jack Klugman?
Yeah. How did he get onto that?
He probably went back and looked at The Odd Couple, maybe. I don't know.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Oh, yeah.
Did it have to do with him not saying that it wasn't? He says yes.
Well, that was a show I actually watched a lot of.
Yeah.
Never understood why
I did too.
Never understood why Corner was getting in so many. Why he's getting so nosy and poking around all the time.
Mama C loved Quincy. You got to know these things, right?
Yeah, aren't those the guys that like never get back to you? They always have to double check on the corner because they're just in their office and they don't get out. And here's Quincy's like, I'm changing that. We don't just sit around an office. I go step in poo now and again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of MASH, did you guys watch Trapper John?
I
What
didn't
was that
know.
the name of the show? The medical show? I can't remember.
Trapper
Brother
John.
Trapper?
MD.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually watched it.
Mhm.
With what? Purnell Roberts was the name they
Yeah.
offered. Wayne Rogers, he didn't want to get stereotyped into the role, so we refused it. And then Purnell Roberts went in and
I was
made
going
quite
to
a show.
say from Bonanza, right?
Yeah. The older brother.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cornell Roberts, a dead ringer for Wayne Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would Wayne Rogers be concerned about being stereotyped? Did he ever do another acting job after Quincy
Not
or
a whole lot.
after Trapper John MD?
I don't know.
I don't think I've even seen him after MASH, to be honest.
But I used to have a Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keeper.
Those things were good.
They still make them, don't they?
Oh yeah,
No, they don't. No, they don't.
And that was the name of an 80s band that I was in at one point.
Trapper Keep.
The
I just
Trapper
want to say
Keeper.
right now,
Wow.
thank you everybody for at least keeping MASH in for the second round, because I would have been upset if I had to get knocked off by the Partridge Family.
I don't think we would have seen you for part 2, Pete.
I might not have made it back.
Pete's done. He throws his beer, just walks off.
Well, let's not get foolish here. I'm not going to throw my beer.
You'll finish your beer and then walk off.
I'll finish
No.
that. That's better.
My anger goes only so far.
Yeah. No, he's not going to throw away his beer. That's alcohol.
Not
abuse.
throwing the beer away. I'll chug it on my way out of the room.
Are we
This
ready
is a
for the
great
next one?
matchup, in my opinion, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Griffith Show versus King of Queens. You know what? I didn't watch King of Queens when it was on originally. I watched it in syndication, and I thought it was a pretty good show. I think Andy Griffith is one of the best shows ever. It's one of my favorite ones. So I'm going Andy Griffith.
Queens.
What?
Queens down.
Well,
Born Distracted is going
Good
Andy
info.
Griffith.
What do you-
So is Jeff Davis. And so is
Fastback.
Squirrely
and
Stew.
so is Squirrely Stew. I mean, I really enjoyed King of Queens. I mean, but I have to stick with Andy Griffith. I own King of Queens, but it did go through toward the end. They split up, and he had his apartment, and she, they had two.
That was just
And
for
then
an
they,
episode.
at one point they had a dog, like that was going to save the show, and
What? Didn't they split up for that was just one episode though, wasn't it?
no,
Because at the end they were still trying to have a kid and they were going to go to China and
yeah, because they got back together, but at one point they got a dog, and then the dog just disappeared. Like the dog didn't work out, so they just whoop, no dog.
yeah,
Again, wings.
I've seen that show and I don't even remember the dog.
Mhm.
There you go. There you go.
All I
I
can
did
say
enjoy
is
it though, and I'll probably watch it again.
Gomer
Oh,
Pyle,
wait, Crow.
Marty Fife,
Crow says these things. Is he
Little Opie.
serious?
and
Little
Goober at the
Remember, he said 20
those
years.
4 characters right there. I mean, that's Andy Griffith show all there.
Yeah, Andy Griffith had killer characters, man.
Yeah.
What I liked is there'd be a scene where Andy and Barney were sitting in the squad car and they were barely saying anything. People would walk by and they would just kind of mumble something about the person. And that was this whole scene. It was just them. It was hardly anyone even moving, talking, but it was still hilarious just listening to what their little comments about the people. And
Yeah,
what I liked about it was they didn't fill every gap with words. They were okay to let some open, some space in between sentences, which you rarely see today.
Little Opie
Yeah.
Cunningham.
yeah,
Floyd-
that's pretty good.
Floyd was kind of creepy.
Floyd, oh, hey, Andy. What a nervous. Do you want that nervous guy cutting your hair? Hi, Andy. Ah.
Remember when Barbara Eden came in and she was like a hairstylist and and
Yep.
everyone was paying attention to her
Huh.
instead of Floyd.
It's like, Floyd, first you're creepy and a little weird, and she's like a goddess. They're like
So
Barney Miller versus Barney Fife.
There you go, Lance. We need your answer. You're the one always typing these things. We want your answer.
Oh, and on that one? Geez. I'm going to go Barney Fife on that one.
there you go.
But if it was a real deal, Barney Miller would win because Barney's only got one bullet and it's not even in the gun.
Yeah.
Did anyone vote for King of Queens?
Celia didn't get logged
Nah,
on in
it's-
time to vote for King of Queens.
I told her
it's Eddie
her vote
Griffith.
doesn't count unless she logs in. Not letting it happen.
What about this? What about the Barney Miller theme versus the Andy Griffith theme?
Oh boy.
Oh, that's even that's a really tough one, man. I Silly can tell you, I love a good whistling song.
Yeah,
That's
but you,
classic.
Yeah, but the Barney
it's all
Miller,
about
that
that bass.
70s groove. Oh,
Yeah, that's
it's
a
all
good one
about
too.
that 70s groove on the bass.
Boom, boom, boom.
A whistle ain't got nothing on a good bass line.
Look at this next one here. This is interesting. Mary Tyler Moore versus Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh,
I know
even
which
heard
way I'm
that.
going.
Whew. Mary Tyler
I mean,
Moore
who could beat a
versus
show where it ends with meow?
Brother
Hillbilly.
Mike's in the house. Sorry, I'm super late. Just
Nice.
got in for a run. Yes, I said run. Brother Mike isn't going to be fat anymore.
right on, Mike. Good
Very nice, Mike. But the big question, Mike, is Mary Tyler Moore or Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, Mr. Grant.
Oh, this is such a tough one for me. I
Okay,
think I'm gonna go Mary.
so-
I'm gonna go Mary Tyler Moore though.
Well, and even more importantly, JD says that bass, and Mama C says Barney theme. And no, we're not talking about I love you, you love me. All right, so Born Distracted is going Mary Tyler. This Stu is going Mary Tyler. Crow is going Beverly Hillbillies.
I was just talking to someone about the Beverly Hillbillies and how it seems like it would be over in about 5 episodes because you think the joke would be over, but somehow they lasted like 9 years, and I thought it was funny
Yeah.
throughout. And I'm not sure how they did it. It's just crazy. It was. I just thought it was good, but I'm still going with Mary Tyler Moore.
All right, so Jeff's going Mary, and so is JD. Squirrely Stew's going Mary Tyler. What about Lance?
What about Lance and Papa
I'm
Pete?
I'll marry Tyler Moore. Like the Hillbillies,
Lance
though,
is the
but
Mary. Pete.
I'm gonna go Mary Tyler Moore just because I think it had better characters and it expanded. It went out further. I mean, because of Mary Tyler Moore, we also got Rhoda and Phyllis and various other characters and shows. And
Yeah,
Grant.
Ted. What was it? Ted.
Ted Knight.
Ted Knight. What was Ted Baxter on the
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted and Georgette Baxter on the show. They were friggin' Ted Baxter was a great character. I like Ted Knight. I really did.
Why didn't he ever have a sequel or a spinoff of Mary Tyler Moore?
Well, he went on to Too Close for Comfort right after that.
Yeah.
Right.
Did he do that right
Too long
afterwards?
after that. Well, it wasn't right after, but
Not right after.
he
Well, he
did
started making
Caddyshack
movies, right?
after. He did Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Oh yeah, maybe he started doing movies. Yeah.
And then he went in, I mean, he died in the 80s, right? So, I mean, he made a half dozen seasons of that Too Close for Comfort, too. So, I don't think he ever slowed down any. And he probably just wanted to get away from Ted Baxter because Ted Baxter was a flippin' idiot, right? So,
Why didn't Ted Knight and Rodney Dangerfield make more movies together? I've
Oh my
never
God,
seen
they're
two better characters in Caddyshack than in Caddyshack. Those two together, I could have just watched them do like Abbott and Costello, do about 10 movies together. They were hilarious.
you buy this, you get a free bowl of soup. What's good on you, though?
Oh, Well, his eyes bulged out when he saw that guy's wife.
Look at you, though. Oh, we lost Darius.
Oh.
That's a Mary Tyler Moore all the way.
Yep.
JD, Too Close for Comfort. I had it on my list, but it did not make it. And Perfect Strangers didn't make it either. It was on. I had it on my list. I think someone else did too.
I did not have it on my final list.
Two of us did. Me
We
and
had a
someone else.
long list, guys. We had how many
Strangers?
stats wise? How many different shows were on all of the lists that we submitted? I can't see that really. Oh my God, look at them all. You added up all those totals, and of the
These are all the shows. The
using
ones.
your formula, you picked out the top 64.
Yeah, what I did is I took my list, and then I went through everyone's list, and then I was putting a number by it, and then I got to this point where I had to handwrite all these other shows because they weren't on my list. It was funny because I did Stewart's First, and we had 24 shows that were different from each other,
Wow.
and I thought that was a lot.
So there's 88 right there.
Wow.
So it means a lot of good shows didn't make.
There was probably roughly 100.
Yeah.
So Ted Knight died in 86.
There you go.
For comfort.
It was the 80s. He was relatively young. He got sick. I just watched a little video blurb on that. I can't tell you now exactly how. Mike's probably looking at it right now online, but I knew he had died very young. No, it was 6 years after Caddyshack. Caddyshack came out in 80, and he died in 86. And in between there, he made that Too Close for Comfort. And I know he made a few seasons of it, so.
I don't think it lasts. I don't think it was fairly close to 86. Didn't it maybe end in like 84 or so?
Well, or
it was right around
I'm not even sure if he wasn't in the process.
Maybe he died during the show. I don't know.
Well, I think he did. I think he
may have.
Yeah.
His Cosmic Cow cartoon.
Yep.
Cosmic Cow, yeah.
There's a cartoonist, but he put on the puppet when he drew. Like,
yeah.
Cosmic Cow. Yeah.
All right. What do we got next?
What are we at? Wait, who won? Mary Tyler Moore, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's one.
Happy Days versus Hogan's Heroes. Wasn't Happy Days a spin-off of Hogan's Heroes?
Hogan.
God. Happy Days is one of those shows again that I loved at the beginning, and I couldn't even stand watching it at the end. I thought it was just so bad.
Yeah.
But the first few seasons were so good.
Yes, they were. Yeah. And really, really part of the I was 6 years old when it came on, like starting in elementary school, and Happy Days and the Fonz was it.
I know, that was so big, Fonzie. Brian F says the Fonz versus the Gestapo.
Really? Jeez.
Oh, I like this one.
There you go.
No, a Viking stew or a squirrely stew?
Hogan! Hey.
You can never have too much stew.
Oh, God. I really don't know what to say on this one.
That's hard. It's hard. I'm saying Happy Days because Happy Days was so huge.
So
Bob
Bourne
Brady
says
was
Happy
such a
Days.
dick.
What's JD say? Jeff Davis says Hogan.
Crow is Hogan's Heroes.
Crow is a Hogan. Yeah, he was the first one. I got him. Fastback says
Distracted.
Hogan.
Mama Steve's Hogan.
Squirrely Stew says Hogan.
Wow.
Mike.
Mama says Hogan.
Mike is Happy Days.
Mike is a Happy Days. And Pete, you said Happy Days?
I said Happy Days. JD just
And
about
Lance,
Happy
you
Days
said-
too.
I'm gonna go Happy Days, but sad to say that's the first show that Ted McGinley killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a serial TV killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jeff, you said what? You said Hogan's?
No, I haven't said anything yet. Wait a minute. I'm
I
gonna go
haven't
with
said anything yet.
I'm gonna go with Happy Days just because I just think the first season was so good. Even the first 2 or 3 I thought were really good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a close one.
Do we have? What about Rebels? Rebel on here yet?
I don't think
he
he's
may have
been around.
left. I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, wasn't Greg Kinnear? Didn't Greg Kinnear play in that movie about?
Yes, he
Yeah,
played Bob Crane. Yeah,
Bob Crane. Thank you. Yeah.
Squirrely
and then Willem Dafoe played the creepy friend. That was weird.
Who did?
Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I don't think he's ever played a creepy character before.
Born Distracted says Cosmic Vikings too.
So Squirrely Stew's name is Daniel, but he got the name from a Swedish chef skit from the Bob Denver episode of The Muppet Show.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll check
Very
that out because
specific.
that's on Disney now too. The entire Muppet Show.
Yeah,
So
Swedish
he's not
chef. He was
truly
awesome.
a stew.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a
For a
Daniel.
second, we had Viking stew and Squirrely stew.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
think
to
it was an
come up with-
Autofocus. I think was the name of that movie.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yes. I played Bob Crane. I've watched that recently. Bob Crane was a jerk.
Oh, we got
So-
CC Mental.
that's Celia. She just chimed in with Hogan's Heroes.
All right. She's official now. Okay,
Don't
so
background.
We still have four battles here, so you could.
what Brian F said Hogan. Okay.
Hogan.
So what about did we ever get a Rebel vote?
I don't think he's here anymore. I haven't seen him for a while.
Okay. Did
Did you
yeah,
get Mike?
I got Mike.
Okay.
Okay, and I haven't voted yet. Oh, I could be a real jerk. I mean, personally, I think I got to go Happy Days.
You got to go with what you want, Stuart.
But you know what that means? It's 7-7.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
We had to have one.
Holy
It had to
smokes.
happen.
Well, were both of these influenced by movies? You know, Happy Days with American Graffiti and Hogan with what's that, Great Escape, as a basic premise.
Is that what the Hogan's Heroes they kind of based off of like the Great Escape idea?
Wait, what came
It hurt
first,
that.
Stalag 17 or Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Stalag 17 was kind of like Hogan's Heroes. It wasn't funny. It was a similar premise, but yeah, not a comedy at all.
Huh.
Wow.
All right, so
Well,
that's
it's
it. That's right.
7-7. Hold on.
If
One,
there's two
two,
teams that are
three,
going to
four,
tie,
five,
or two
six,
shows that are going to
7,
tie.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. 14 people, 7-7.
All right.
Wow.
I see nothing. I hear nothing.
We'll never talk of this again. All right, Mary Tyler Moore already has jumped into the next bracket and
Wow.
for next
Wow.
week. Whew. All right.
That's
let's,
awesome. Wow.
Deservedly so, too, I'd say.
Yeah. All right.
This
Yeah.
is a tough one. Holy crap, I can't get over this.
We only have 4 left. Night Court versus Golden Girls.
How
Oh,
did
my
Golden
God.
Girls get 54th unless somebody forgot to put her on the list? Them on the list.
It's Bull versus B. Arthur.
Hey, you're right. Someone did forget to put him on the list.
Would
Or
that
didn't.
probably be me?
Well, not so
Forgot to put what?
Golden
Golden
Girls.
Girls on their list.
Oh.
Well, I had them 4th from the bottom on mine, so that kind of hurt
Oh,
too.
there you
go. I'm going Night Court.
Okay. I got to go Night Court.
So did you guys see that new Night Court has been picked up? It's
No.
gonna be a real
No.
show. It's not like a remake. It's it's basically the same show continued, 30 years later or whatever it is. John Larroquette is still in it. Everyone else is
Okay.
gone. And Bernadette from Big Bang Theory is playing Harry
Oh, yeah,
Stone's
she's playing the
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the new judge.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know anyone else, though. That's it.
All right, so let me see here. JD says Night Court. Squirrely Stew says Golden Girls. Mama C said Golden Girls.
Ooh, it's gonna be a close one.
I'm gonna go Night Court.
Let's see.
Lance is Night
Where
Court.
am I? Squirrely Stew. Fastback says Golden. JD, I got. Jeff Davis is a Night Court. Let's see.
Brian F is Night Court.
Brian F is a Night Court.
Mike is Night Court.
Mike is a Night Court. Well, it's taken off. And let's see. Pete?
Pete, you haven't voted, have you?
No. Oh, it's hard.
What?
Lance?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm Night Court.
Night
Mike,
Court. Okay.
Did you get Celia's Night Court?
I did. Yep.
Well, I don't think it matters anyway what I say. I'm going to say Night Court as well.
Okie dokie. That's a Night Court.
It's a Night Court.
Some of the people they brought in made that show. Like the guy that played Data. He played.
Oh,
Fred
yes.
Steiner.
What was it? The West Virginia family? I forget.
Him
the
and his
name of
wife.
them.
They would,
That's
we
family.
literally just
Hard-
watched. We literally just watched one of the clips from Data on there, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I couldn't stop laughing.
HDK is here.
Hey, Peter's here.
Brother
Hey,
H.
Peter, you have a
How you
chance to
doing?
vote on three last.
You want to
ones.
vote on that one? Golden Girls or Night Court? If you want to throw down.
And by the way, it's already blown away for Night Court, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep.
We're moving on. You can vote in this one though, Peter.
All
New-
votes matter.
Newhart versus that '70s show.
I know where I'm going.
I have to vote Newhart.
I'm voting Newhart. I love that show.
That's one of my
Okay.
all-time favorites.
Me too. Yeah.
Lance, what do you say?
I'll go Newhart.
Okay, Newhart. And let's see, Newhart and 70s show. Okay. I can't write, but 1, 2, 3, boom, bang, biff. All right, I'm gonna go 70s show. Celia goes Newhart.
JD
Born
is
Distracted goes Newhart. Crow, Fastback, both go Newhart.
And Mama C.
And Jeff Davis goes 70. And Mama C says Newhart.
Yep.
Okay.
Squirrely Stew. I'm right with you. I actually preferred Newhart to over Bob Newhart show.
I did too, big time. Yeah. Oh, I very much so. Dan.
HTK says Newhart. It's a Newhart runaway.
Did the
Mike's
Bob
close.
Newhart show win its bracket?
It did.
Is it in
Wouldn't that
the,
be
could it possibly? I think they're in two different. Yeah, it is possible for a Newhart versus Bob Newhart finale.
That would be awesome.
well? That's a Newhart.
All right, we
So
got
what
two
do we
left.
got?
Brady Bunch versus the Munsters.
Oh,
Ouch.
Wow.
Oh, that's a toughie.
I'm going the Munsters. I didn't like Brady Bunch.
I started rewatching the Brady Bunch on Hulu, I think, or Amazon. Probably Hulu. Oh, we got a bunch of Munsters in already.
We got one Brady Bunch from JD.
I do an ad for a place in Michigan called Breaky Bunch. Born Distracted says Munsters.
You could add to that and make it the Achy Breaky Bunch.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh.
I mean, what the hell? You gone that far, right? So,
Oh.
Susan, what do you think? Just achy, maybe?
Look,
Achy?
Mike's a Partridge Family kid. I wonder if he would have voted for Partridge Family over MASH, Pete.
All right, so let me. Jeff Davis is a Munsters, right? And Crow is a Munsters. I got that one. Pete
Munsters.
is a Munsters. Jeff
Munsters.
Munsters. Lance.
Monsters.
Oh. Okay, so what do we got for Mama C as a Munsters? And Brian F. Didn't think they made that many episodes, but Munsters.
I only think they went 2 seasons, didn't they?
Squirrely Stew says Munsters. Oh, good God. Yeah, it's a Munsters.
Walk away. I only see one Brady.
How many people are voting right now, sir?
What's that?
How many people do we have voting right now?
Let me see. Mike said, what did Mike say?
He said, oh, wait a minute. The only thing I read from him was Partridge Family. That can't be right.
He says Munsters.
He's Monsters.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we've got, did Fastback give a, yeah, he said Munsters. Okay. Yeah, it's a runaway for the Munsters. So at least we have somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. HTK said what?
I don't know if he
Did
chimed in.
not. No.
Okay.
Brian F says pork chops and
Pork
apple
chops and apple chops. What was the fake boyfriend's name? Do you guys remember that for Jan?
No.
She was at the table and she goes, "Yeah, I have a new boyfriend." No, oh, really? What's his name? Ron. And then she looks at the dinner table. Glass. Ron Glass.
Hey,
I think that was
he played Ron Harris and Barney Miller.
That's right.
I know, right? That's what I was like. I was like, is it Ron Glass? Is that what the name was?
Oh wait, Peter.
No, HTK says no idea.
Didn't Peter grow up in Netherlands? Is that it?
That's right.
Who?
Yeah, Peter. Didn't he grow up in the Netherlands?
So
Well, I
those
don't
two
know.
shows you may never have seen, right?
Yeah, he may have not seen a lot of these shows.
George Glass.
Mike says George Glass.
George Glass. Thank you. George Glass. Thank you. I probably was thinking Ron Glass because of our conversation earlier.
I wish it was George Steele. All right,
It
here's
was
the last
George
one.
Jefferson. His
I
name
have
is
no-
George Jefferson.
Here's the last one. It is Gilligan's Island versus Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, here's the
There's-
shocking thing to me. Gilligan's Island came in as a 6th seed in our voting. 6.
That's amazing.
6.
It beat
4
Seinfeld.
seasons. How many movies? 3 movies?
Gilligan's Island? I don't know. I'm going Gilligan's Island. I didn't really watch Fresh Prince.
It was good.
Gilligan's Island.
If you think it's that good, get on your phone.
I did vote.
So Pete
Where?
and Jeff or Gilligan. Lance?
It's
I'm
there.
going Gilligan, but I did enjoy Fresh Prince.
So you
I'm
want
going
Fresh
Gilligan.
Prince?
Gilligan.
You're going. Okay. got it.
Gilligan.
I got to go Gilligan. I liked Fresh Prince as well, but I can't do that.
Mama C is Fresh Prince.
Born
Squirrely
Distracted
Stew is Fresh
Gilligan.
Prince.
HTK is Fresh Prince. Celia is Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Squirrely Stew, Prince. JD, Gilligan. Mama C going with the Prince.
Yeah, Globetrotters, Gilligan's Island, that was a movie, wasn't it?
Jeff Davis, Gilligan.
Here's
It
some
has to
sound
be.
logic from Crow. Gilligan met the Harlem Globetrotters. The Fresh Prince never did.
Boom.
Take that, Fresh
I
Prince.
dropped.
Ryan F is Gilligan. Gilligan.
Plus, they didn't have any.
I wasn't sure how that one was going to go
banana
because
pie.
Gilligan's Island is so old and Fresh Prince is a lot newer. I thought maybe. I think Gilligan
Jeff?
won, right?
Jeff, do you want to give Brian our answer on that one?
It's a split.
Jeff and I are on the perfect island because we can split that direction with no problem. Jeff is a Ginger and I'm a Marianne. I mean, that's who we would be with.
Well,
Yeah, maybe that's the question. Do you want to be Ginger or Marianne?
So, hold on here.
All right, so I think I got pretty. What did Crow say on that one?
Gilligan, I think.
Gilligan, yeah, because he met the
Gilligan.
Harlem Globetrotters.
well,
What
Fresh
about
Prince is a little
Fastback? Did we get one for?
fast.
Did we get a mic or a fastback on that?
Fastback went Gilligan's.
Mike went.
Thank you.
No, yeah, fastback. Mike went Fresh Prince.
Okay,
And what fastback
Well,
was Gilligan?
that's a blowout. I mean, we got
Fastback
10 to
was Gilligan.
4.
So before we end it here, look, here's our matchups for next week. By the way, we're coming back next week. We'll finish this up since we're going so long. Got Cheers versus I Love Lucy, Bob Newhart versus Three's Company, All in the Family versus Mork and Mindy, Dick Van Dyke versus Taxi, McCarthy versus Family Ties, Good Times versus Sanford and Son,
Oh wow,
Everybody Loves Raymond versus Frasier, Bewitched
that's a
versus
good one.
Barney Miller.
Hmm.
Ooh, these are going to be a lot tougher next week.
That is.
And then the last groups, Big Bang Theory versus Leave It to Beaver,
Wow.
Wow.
Honeymooner versus Gomer Pyle. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Jeffersons versus Home Improvement, Odd Couple versus Seinfeld. Oh, Pete, MASH versus Andy Griffith. That's going to be a rough one. That might go right down to the end.
Yeah.
It may.
Mary Tyler Moore is already into the round after. Night Court versus Newhart. Wow. Ooh, a 60s battle here. Munsters versus Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, both at one point in black and white.
Yep. Yep. Facts.
Gotta love it.
You had the
Power
good,
on,
you had
man.
the bad, you had them all, and then you had the facts of life.
But Facts of Life versus Alf? Okay.
Mike, Mary Tyler Moore got a bye because Happy Days and Hogan's Heroes tied. So we eliminated them both.
Double DQ.
Double DQ.
Double DQ. That sounds
All
good.
right. Oh,
I
that's
still
it
got
for,
time. They're open till 10. I can get down there.
That's right. They're open till 10. Well, we're a little short of a 3-hour tour. So
Is
we'll do the
is
other
that a
half.
good thing?
Yeah,
It just felt like 3 hours. Oh my God.
I did pack 3 pieces of luggage, though, for this 3-hour tour for some unknown reason.
What? You're not doing this for the next 5 hours, Crow says?
They could if you want.
I couldn't. I gotta go.
Wait a minute. Yumiko Braga went 2 minutes to midnight. That was a long one there.
Oh, it was
I
well
also
after
like
midnight.
this one, JD.
Oh, midnight. It was after midnight my time when we did the Biko one. I'll tell you that.
I like this JD one too. Both Ginger and Marianne on a deserted island? Damn right.
That's quite
What
the
are the odds? What are the odds you get a hot movie star and the girl next door on the deserted island with you?
All right. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, you're right here, Pete. You can help us wrap it up in
This
person.
episode was quicker than Al Bundy. All right. So we'll all 4 be back next week. We'll finish up the brackets, crown a champion. Have some
Go
fun.
Game
game gone.
gone.
Thanks, guys.
Right on.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Thank
See you
you.
next week.
See you, Lance.